Lecture 27 The Ultimate Intelligence, Integrated Thinking, Part 2. For the integration thinking of great enterprises. You may think that the examples I just gave were only a few companies and leaders. That's not the case. I'm telling you now that great leaders and great companies must have integration thinking. Without integration thinking, you cannot achieve greatness. In management, there is a global bestseller called Built to Last. This book studied 18 companies that have stood the test of time, the oldest being Citibank, founded in 1812, and the youngest being Walmart, founded in 1945. Marriott International, which I mentioned earlier, is also among these 18 companies. How did these 18 companies achieve lasting success? 4 words: integration thinking. As I mentioned earlier, the expression of integration thinking is both this and that. According to the summary of Built to Last, these 18 companies mainly achieved 4, both this and that. They have a purpose beyond profit, yet they pragmatically pursue profit. They have a relatively fixed core value, yet they courageously change and take action. They have a clear vision and sense of direction, yet they explore and experiment opportunistically. They set audacious goals, yet they achieve them through incremental evolution and progress. 5. Change 2 concepts. You may be wondering now, how can I shift from binary thinking to integration thinking? There are many things you need to do, but I will start with 2 mindset shifts that you need to make. The first one is to change your view of conflict. The core of integration thinking is to integrate 2 conflicting propositions, such as P&G, which needs to integrate cost-cutting and innovation. Your view of conflict may hinder your integration thinking. Let me ask you, what do you think conflict is like? If you think conflict is like a war or a competition, then you will believe that conflict can only have one winner and one loser. It will be either/or, and integration will not be possible. A management pioneer named Mary Parker Follett proposed a concept called constructive conflict. She believed that conflict is not like a war or a competition, but rather like friction in physics. It is because of friction that fire is created, and it is because of friction that a violin produces music. Friction brings us new things, so conflict can be constructive and can produce new things. You need to understand conflict as constructive conflict. Conflict is not necessarily a bad thing, it can be constructive. This is the first mindset shift you need to make. The second mindset shift you need to make is your view of resources. For example, you may think that you cannot have both fish and bear's paw because you do not have enough money. However, leaders who practice integration thinking will think that they can use their current resources to generate more resources, and they can also collaborate with others who have resources. Your current view of resources may be that they are scarce. However, leaders who practice integration thinking believe that resources are abundant, and all they need to do is to find them. These resources can be found internally or externally. There is a famous saying attributed to sculptor Auguste Rodin: "The world is not lacking in beauty, only in eyes to discover it." Similarly, leaders who practice integration thinking believe that we are not lacking in resources, we just need to find them. 6. Why not? To learn integration thinking, you can also use the 8th leadership mantra, why. I have already explained the 2 uses of why. When making decisions, you ask the first type of why to find the cause of the problem. When using systems thinking, you ask the second type of why to find the system's goals. When using integration thinking, you need to ask the third type of why. The third type of why is a bit different from the first 2. The third type of why actually asks why not. You add the word not after why and ask why not. When someone says that you cannot have both fish and bear's paw, you ask, why not? Why can't you have both? When someone says that you cannot cut costs and innovate at the same time, you ask, why not? Why can't you do both? You can start your integration thinking by asking, why not?